Hey there, I got a great question that came in today from a stepmom about a blended family issue that I think many of you will identify with. So this mama is a new mom. She and her husband have a new baby, and this baby is medically fragile. He has three kids who come over 50% of the time. When these kids are sick, it puts her baby at risk. And she is wondering if it is acceptable or fair to ask that his kids don't come when they're sick because she has a medically fragile baby. Your question really takes me back. I haven't thought about this in so long. So my oldest is 19 almost. He'll be 19 in October. And when he was a baby, he had pretty awful asthma. And every time he would get a cold, he would end up strapped to a nebulizer and needing steroids in order to get over the cold and be able to breathe. Obviously, his life wasn't in danger, but my husband at the time had a little girl who was 3 years older, so she was going to preschool and then, pre-K and then kindergarten and getting sick a lot. And I remember feeling just like you're describing, where it's like, how do I protect my baby from these outside things? And the pediatricians are telling you to keep the environment as clean as possible, wash your hands, sanitize, and then you've got these little germ machines that are coming around, and it is a real risk to your baby. And my baby wasn't going to die, and it sounds like from your situation, it may be much worse than mine was. So I totally 100% get where you're coming from. Let's talk about this very serious blended family issue. My name is Billy Tarasio. I am a divorce attorney in Arizona. I own Modern Law, and if you've got family law or divorce questions, if you're in Arizona, you can contact us at Modern Law, and we do $99 case evaluations. Or you can send in your questions here or join us at the Modern Divorce Support Group. So, Mama, this is really, really hard. So let's talk about your options. If this child, your baby, was your third child, you would have other children that were bringing germs home, and you would try your very best to keep your house clean and sanitized and keep your baby away from their siblings and keep their siblings healthy, but you would still have to take care of all of the kids in your house, all of your children. Now, in this case, they're not all your children. They're all dad's children. Dad has to take care of everybody. You don't have to take care of his children the same way you do yours. And you may make the decision that it is best for you and your baby, if you and your husband talk about this and you guys decide that it's best for you and your baby, if while his kids are there, you go to your parents' house with the baby in order to provide a more sanitized, germ-free environment. That could be a perfectly reasonable choice that you and your husband make for the child that you have together. It could also be a perfectly reasonable choice to make sure that his children are washing their hands or have routines at your house in order to protect your medically fragile baby. It would be perfectly reasonable for you to not allow his children to touch or be near your baby if you guys wanted to stay in the same home while they were there. These are not easy decisions, in my opinion. What is important to know is that your husband has an obligation to all four of his children, and it would not be right or really legal for him to stop taking care of his three older children because of the child that you have together. So you guys are in a different position where your responsibility is primarily to your baby, and less so to his children, and he is responsible for all 4 of his children and making sure that all 4 of his children get what they need from him. So you and your husband really need to, I think, connect on that, think about that, and then decide what's best for your family. And your family includes your baby that you have together and his 3 kids. They're part of your family too. Even though it's a different responsibility that you have, they're still part of your collective family. It's not easy. It might be something to talk to your baby's doctor about, and probably also join some Facebook groups with other people who have medically fragile infants who maybe have older children, and figure out like, how do they do it? How do they protect their medically fragile infant and also care for other children that they're responsible for? Good luck.